What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Episode number 5 with the Ottawa Senators here in the year 3 simulation. Last episode, we did the off-season. We added a couple players. We went up from rebuilder, to hopeful. We had the likes of Brendan Gallagher. We caught up with a couple people, i.e. Formanton, Balsers, Byfield came up this year. We also signed Justin Schultz, and Jacob Bernard-Docker will make his NHL debut this year. As well, we signed Philip Grubauer this year, which I thought was just a one-year deal. Give him, time to prove himself. So last episode, we asked what we should be doing and what we can do to help this team. One thing I did is I posted on a Facebook group. It was asking the same thing, what should we do? And someone said go out and acquire Matt Barzal. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's not going to be realistic whatsoever. Hear me out. Let me show you the New York Islanders. I've already done a scouting. I've already tried on a different save file. So I know how this all plays out. Matt Barzal, not 100% scouted. That's because we haven't scouted him. So let me tell you what it said. It said not actually forward 2, it's forward 4. But I moved him up to the first line. He still had +1 chemistry. This year he's on a 1 year 7.025 contract, but he is on an extension, 3 years at 9.7 or 9.7. He's only 24, and the reason why I say we should go get him is because they have not done much over the 2 seasons we've done simulations. I've watched, and I mean example here, he had 57 points on a -24 team, not the greatest. But then last year he had 71 points, brought it back up. But they didn't make the playoffs last year. So what I'm thinking is we put Matt Barzal as our first line. He could be easily the future. He's still 24, so he's still young. He's the same age as Shabbat. So we're going to do this trade. So we're going to get Matt Barzal. So first thing we do is we're $4 million above cap. So the first thing we're going to do is send back a player. And that player is going to be Alexander Wenberg. He came in as a bridge player last year with us. He had 45 points on the second line. Not too bad all around. But like I said, he's a bridge player for us. He's still got 2 years at 4.9. So we're going to add him to that. So that brings us down to $1 million less. Obviously, that's not enough. We have to give up a prospect of some sort. And this is where it's going to be a little rough if you guys, when you guys watch this. Quinton Byfield. So in most simulations, I've never seen him develop. So we drafted him last year at the 9th overall pick. This will be his first year technically in the NHL. He has a lot of value, but if we're going to go get a guy like Matt Barzal, we're going to have too many centers at that point. So Quinton Byfield, we will send back as part of the deal. They have more than 45, so we have to go get another player. And I just quickly got the first guy I could see, so we're going to get Gersoy, I guess you call him Kevin Gersoy, just the guy to fill in the minors down there. That still wasn't enough. We still needed to add more. I do have a little bit of cap issue. I want to have a little bit more space when it comes to cap. So they didn't want to take Bobby Ryan's $8 million contract. So we're going to give Craig Smith instead, who we signed in free agency, 2.75. And we're taking back a player. I took back a guy who is an NHLer at some point, but he will easily go to the minors, and that's going to be Matt Martin. He could play the minors, and we can call him up. That still wasn't enough. If I show you this, it wasn't passing. So I added one more player to this deal. It was an unsigned player. I was looking at Gunter last year, who we drafted. First round, 25th. Not too bad, actually. My first pick was, Kickhart, or Jan Kickhart. I don't know how you pronounce his name 100%. He's got some value. He's a top 6. We do have a lot of left wingers, so we're going to throw in Kickhart. So what we're giving up, let me go over this. Alexander Wenberg, giving up the space. Quinton Byfield, they need someone back. Craig Smith, cap dump. Kickhart, just to add extra. We're bringing back a guy in Matt Barzal, who will play first-line minutes and contribute a lot to this team. Gersoy, just to get the roster, and Matt Martin as well. So this, guys, will go through, and we're going to go through with this deal. Trade accepted. So Matt Barzal is now officially a member of the Ottawa Senators. And this is where I had to play with it a bit. So I'm going to go to roster moves. Okay, that's nice. So we got to send Gersoy down because he automatically comes up here. And I'm going to send Matt Martin down. We're going to call up. Now here's where another one was. Hoodler we drafted last year at the 5th overall pick, I believe. Oh, shoot. Yeah, the 5th overall pick. He's already looking good for us, so we're going to let him develop down there. We're going to call up Logan Brown. He played last year. We're going to hope he can help. And we're going to call up Brandon Peary just for depth, just in case we need to fill in an injury. So we're going to throw Logan Brown down the bottom. Hope he develops. I was looking to trade Logan Brown instead, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So if we put Matt Barzal at the second line, it's a +1. But if I move him up and I throw Tkachuk there, it's still a +1. So this still does work, guys. It does work no matter what. That second line, though, does not 100% work. Oh, my bad. There we go. So the second line does work. So Barzal, Hall, and Gallagher is a great first line mixed in with White, Tkachuk, and Duclair. And then we just keep rounding it out. But we hopefully these two guys can develop. So there you go, guys. We make a nice big deal there, acquiring the likes of Matt Barzal. I just drew a blank in my head for a second. We're going to make sure he gets some power play time because he is going to be the catalyst of this team. Colin White, I really hate to say it, he's going to get bumped down to the second pairing because Barzal will play that first. Lucas Raymond, just want to make sure that's power play. Logan Brown switched in for Barzal. Hall's there. Duclair, okay. Penalty kill stays the same roughly. Colin White will take out. We'll bring Logan Brown in so he can get time. It's still minus. Still minus. Okay, so that, well, you can't do much. What if I take Brandstrom out and put Bernard Docker in? Okay, that one fits out perfectly. And then same thing here. We'll take out White and Brandstrom, and we'll put in Bernard Docker. Still a -1. It's not the worst, but it's still something at least. So that's it, guys. We make a big move here, acquiring the likes of Matt Barzal. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Does this make us a more competitive team, adding a guy like Matt Barzal onto the squad? So we're going to go ahead and just start simming now and see how this team does with the likes of Matt Barzal. We'll go up to December 1st, see how we can do in the first couple simulations. We win season opener against Boston. Matt Barzal's old team, we beat them 3-2. Wayne Simmons out with a mild concussion, so that's where Brandon Peary can fit in there on the forwards. And we also have Bobby Ryan. I'm pretty sure Bobby Ryan gets the first crack at it, though, because he's the higher overall. But Wayne Simmons will stay there. Hopefully Raymond grows, and so does Brown. I tried Josh Norris. Just a heads up, guys. I tried Josh Norris as the center down there. He wasn't. It was a -1, and Logan Brown at least stayed as a 0, so I left that the way it was, hoping it could help develop. Christian Jaros adds a +3 down there. Ooh, 2 +3s looks nice. Christian Jaros, though, is not overall ready yet. I do think he's a good player, and there we go. Our goaltender we signed, Philip Grubauer, down with injury. Gustafsson can come up. He is quote unquote one of the goaltenders we have for the future here in Ottawa. Linus Ullmark's another guy we can look to move after because I just feel he will fall out. And I looked over here. Josh Norris sitting at an 81. He could come up to the NHL. Hoodler, same thing. Another guy that could come up. We could look at that. Josh Norris, like I said, though, it is just an issue with his chemistry that he does not fit on anything unless I tried something else. Colin White wants to speak about his ice time. I'm going to persuade him. Listen, I'm a team player, but I do think the minutes. I'm going to disagree for now. I think he could be better on the second line playing with Tkachuk and Duclair. That way Barzal, Gallagher, and Taylor Hall can rip it up on the first. I mean, look at that. 2 90s on the first line mixed in with a Shabbat who's a 91 on the back end. Can't really complain, to be honest. Logan Brown up to an 80. Batherson up to an 83. Tkachuk up to an 85. See, there we go. Everybody is developing properly. Who was injured now that I just realized that I'm taking goaltender, sorry. Philip Grubauer in. And we put Gustafson back down there. 77 overall. He's developing well. Hole for Riley. We give up a third. Justin Hull is a better player, but he is got a little bit more cap. We're going to say no. Philip Grubauer down with another injury. I feel like this might be a thing all year. Philip Grubauer going down with injuries. Luckily, Gustafson, like it says right there, 77 overall. At least he could come in and fully help that this pairing of goaltender duo. Also, as I was about to mention, we do have so many options for trade bait that if we go to the trade deadline and we're poised to make a go to the playoffs, I have no problem looking at guys we can move, i.e. we have a lot of prospects that we can move out. Hopefully, though, a team would want to take Bobby Ryan's contract. I mean, it's $8 million for the entire year. That would just help us with cap at least. Brendan Gallagher with a mild concussion. For my guys that I get up, I want to people my ice time, so this is where it's going to get a little risque. Persuade, you're a team player, aren't you? Okay, so none of them want to play on the second line. Brady, this is not a learning year, but this is going to be a year for you to develop, I find, for him. That way he can move up to the first line and play next year when we bring Gallagher down a line. Because Duclair, I don't think will grow at all. I've seen him grow, but that's only time I've ever seen him grow was I actually played the full season and he scored like 45 goals. So he developed up to an 88. But I don't think he'll get anything close to it in simulation whatsoever. Josh Norris 81, Hoodler 78, Beaudin 79. So look at these forward, look at these centers right here. Like I told you, we have a lot of centers, not senators. We are the Senators that we can have as trade bait and move around. Gallagher is back, so we'll throw him back. Even something like, I know we got Justin Schultz just this year, but moving him, getting a better defenseman for the first line, hoping that he can play with Shabbat. There's a lot of good guys out there that we can get, especially so we would be 7 years after the 2015 draft. There's a lot of great players there. Christian Wallin does not have a deal yet. Okay, we're going to keep simulating. We'll see what happens if I can pull him anything, put him down in the minors. Taylor Hall with an injured groin. Sorry for the way you're playing. Don't worry. Convincing. Hopefully, I don't understand this game sometimes where you tell them, hey, don't worry, we got your back. It's okay. If you're struggling, we'll help you. And then they're just like, nah, I don't see it happening. It's like, okay, cool, thank you, appreciate it. Formanton up to an 82, sorry, I just want to look at that. He's still listed as a depth forward. I don't find that possible whatsoever. So Christian Wallin will not sign. We're not going to sign him. We'll let it sim up to the trade deadline. And I'm hitting buttons now. My bad. Not too bad on timing right now. Justin Schultz out with a wrist sprain out till Christmas. I think you can't deny we're having a better year so far. 15-10-2. Way better than last year. We're already halfway. We got half the wins we had last year already, and we're already only in December. I think there is still some things that we can work on this team, i.e. some development. Mike Riley just traded for a 2/5. No, I got to help the team down there. Colin White's going to apologize. Are you going to tell me? Oh, thank you for agreeing with me. We got your back, Colin. We got your back. Brady, I don't know why you don't want to be nice. Logan Brown. But hear me out, though, again. Brady Tkachuk, if he develops into an 87 by the end of the year, and we still have him for another 7 years, I believe, after this, or 6 years, at only $4-something million, that's pretty good in my opinion. You're welcome. So a lot of injuries happening. Bobby Ryan going down there. Christian Yaros, Brandon Peary. So Justin Schultz is not playing there. Yaros and Schultz will switch. I would like to find Thomas Chabot, the +5. Oh, right there, another +3 with Bernard Docker. Bernard Docker, possible future pairing right there. It does work. Thomas Chabot working with a lot of people with the chemistry. Big wins coming right there on back-to-backs. Logan Brown is back. Logan Brown could be moved as a trade bait already I'm thinking, because he is only sitting at a 79. I got guys that down the minors that are 80s. Switching force into prospect, no thanks. Zaitsev back. Zaitsev, I actually, when it comes to the real life deal that sent Zaitsev and Connor Brown to Ottawa, I thought it was a great deal. Zaitsev sitting at a 781 doesn't look that good. Or 77, sorry. What am I saying? Logan Brown sore shoulder. Maybe we look at moving him shortly. I'm sure a team would want to take Logan Brown. He's still, I think, 22 at this point. 6'6" to center forward. Red Wings fired Jay Fletcher. Zaitsev is back, but he is declining quickly. And I know I can't put him down on the third pairing because him and Brandstrom. Oh, Brandstrom and him have good. Okay, we'll leave that for now, actually, because we'll let him get some confidence. Linus Ullmark out with a broken ankle. Gustafsson coming back up. And you know what? Why don't we take a center? Josh Norris, like I said, doesn't fit. Let's try Hoodler out. Let's see how he fits on this team instead of Logan Brown on that bottom pairing. And first year, and he's sitting at a 79. I'll take it. Sitting at a -1. Okay, so that's not the greatest. We'll see how this works out, though. I want to see how he will develop by playing on that line, and maybe we can move another guy and bring him up higher on the rank in the thing. Brown is back. You want to send him down. I want to send him down. But he's on a one-way, so that's not going to help us. So Hoodler will go back down. I know I said I wanted to see Hoodler develop. We're going to put Brown back there. And we're going to risk it again. A lot of injuries we're dealing with this episode. Burka, I give up a second for 2/3. No, thank you. Oh, no. Thomas Chabot out for a week at least. Week and a bit. Okay. Barzell's back. I didn't even know he was hurt, but okay. It's good to know. Barzell back there on that top pairing. We'll check the everything after I completely forgot. We haven't checked any stats yet. We need to see how that first line. I want to see how that first line's going. How much offense they are producing. And 24, 18, and 4. Not a bad team actually altogether. And we're gonna go on the All-Star break. Just let it go. Hurry. So Toronto actually now looking at their 73 points. Winnipeg gets Stankoven second and Malik. Nikolai Ehlers going to Vancouver. Interesting trade right there. Winnipeg, are they blowing their team up? They're first in their division. I don't know why they're blowing the team up. Chicago getting to second, and I want to say Tyler Pitlick for Ole Mata. Brady Tkachuk out with an injury. Brendan Gallagher out with an injury. And we're still sitting second in the division. Toronto's taking it by a landslide. But we all know how this game works. And just because you have a good record in the regular season doesn't mean you're going to have a good playoffs. Chris Tierney, former Ottawa center, going to Anaheim for a third and a fourth. First going back to the Islanders, so we helped them blow that team up. Taking Barzell off their hands. You're welcome. Brendan Gallagher back. We'll get him in there. Still sitting second, fell down. I just saw right there. So we're dealing with the Panthers, trying to get up back to that second spot. Eric Branchmelt with bruised ribs. Mike Riley for Justin Holl. They want to give me Justin Holl a lot. Burka, no thank you. Mike Riley out with an abdominal strain. See, you don't want Mike Riley. He's going to be injured. Actually, Toronto's not even the best team. I saw Philly right there with 90 points, only 10 losses. That's amazing, actually. Maple Leafs will fall. Trust me. I'm saying this from a Sens perspective. They will fall. Allmark is back. Gustafsson's still sitting at a 77. Not that bad altogether. But, 84, 83 for the goaltending pairing is not the worst, in my opinion. Riley, no. I'm not giving up Riley yet. Sure, it's getting me assets, but look at that. Players going down left, right, and center. Mike Riley, no thank you. Actually, now I just realized Brandon Rust and Scott Laughton to Anaheim. Back to Pittsburgh is Kopeka and a second. Linus Ullmark out with a broken ankle. He's out for pretty much the rest of the year. Zaitsev wishes to be traded. Okay. I will promise that, Zaitsev. I am sorry you wish to leave. You've done a lot for us here, but I will grant that and move you at the deadline. Lucas Raymond out with post-concussion. Everybody's just dropping now. Multiple players on Ottawa are willing to be dressed. I'm pretty sure I've got defensemen on forwards and forwards on defense. Zaitsev and Brandstrom are back. Okay. Yeah, Brandon Peary playing right there. So that is going to be Zaitsev. And you are going to be Brandstrom. Can I even move you up? Yeah, that works. Okay. Vatanen, you're going to go play down there. Brandstrom can work there. It works all together. Mike Riley is a hot trade bait. Hayden Fleury to Winnipeg and Bukestad to Carolina Stankoven, who they just got, and they're giving up literally what they got for Ehlers and Malik, the goaltender. What a waste of a trade, in my opinion. Brent Burns to Detroit in a 5th and a 7th for Tyler Bertuzzi in a 3rd. Interesting. So, going to the deadline, 32, 24, and 7. I'm pretty sure it's a 2nd or 3rd in the division. 2nd in the division with a 3-point lead. Barzal leads the way, 58 points. There you go. That trade is looking good on us right now. Taylor Hall, 51 points, 28 goals. See, it works out. And I want to look at the plus-minus again. We have a lot of players again minus. Lucas Raymond, though, okay, so it's only minus 10, so it's not the worst. It is not the worst. Formanton sitting at 14 points. I just realized that's not the greatest thing. Brady Kachuk, 32. So the second line's great. The first line's great. When it comes to Justin Schultz on that first pairing, 20 points is not the greatest, but it is what it is. So, guys, we're going to make the playoff. We're going to go and try and make a playoff run at some point. I don't think it's going to be the full playoffs altogether. I think we still need some tools, but it does work. We are going to do a quick trade, though, quickly, as so let's have wish to be dealt. No trades wishing to be found. What happens if I throw Riley in there? Where teams are not going to want that. Okay. So Zaitsev is sitting at 3 years left at $5 million, so I understand why teams may not want to take him. I can give up a player back. Like, what if I put like a Reinhardt? Because I know, okay, so that's not going to work. So maybe we have to put a player together to try and get rid of Zaitsev and what he would like. When it comes to centers, here's another one I want to talk about. Logan Brown being traded. Is there any teams willing to? So the Arizona Coyotes, a lot of Xavier Roulette's the only player coming back. Oli Mata, that's not that bad, but $4 million is not the greatest to look at. I'm taking a look, though, at Oli Mata. He fits all power play lines, so he does not fit our team that we need. Okay, so we're not going to go for Oli Mata. That does not help the team. I want to get a player back that fits our roster. So after that, nothing in the legs. Okay, so Logan Brown we can still use. Josh Norris, another one. I'm not 100% going to trade him, but we can get Connor Murphy back. We can get Roulette, Mata. So we can get something. Now, if I put Logan Brown, let's say, packaged with Zaitsev, does that work? So it does work. We get Scott Walker or we can get picks. What does Scott Walker bring us? I might just make the deal now just so I don't have to deal. Sean Walker, sorry, does fit the bill. They're willing to take that off. We're going to make that deal right now. Scott Walker dealt, or Sean Walker, sorry, coming to Ottawa. Brown and Zaitsev going back the other way. It gives us more options, I think, guys. If we can get up Norris now. He doesn't fit it on the fourth line, but it can all work together. Trust me. There is a way. Substitute in there. Lucas Raymond doesn't fit. That's fine. And then you got put a guy like, oh, what about Yaros? We have Yaros. It does work with Yaros. What about Walker, though? Does it give me a plus? It does not, so we're going to put Yaros instead. So we get rid of Zaitsev as he requested. That's kind of it, guys, right there. We don't have many. We have Lassie Thompson, but he's sitting at a 72, so he doesn't develop that well. But that's kind of it, guys. So we do have options to make. We have a lot of trade options. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just going to take one more look at one more player. Like I said, I just want to see what we can do for Justin Schultz. See if we can get a top pairing defenseman. Jason Zucker looks nice, but we don't need him. One more thing we'll do, though, is we'll look at what teams are wanting to get rid of, and we can look at that and give us an idea. Chris Letang, wow. 1 year left, defensive pairing 1. It does work. No extension. We could do that. You guys let me know. We could do Chris Letang. We don't have to. Pittsburgh is actually... How would Pittsburgh be looking? I just want to take a look. I don't want to... Yeah, so they're saying the playoffs. We're not going to do that one. That does not really make any sense whatsoever. I am going into the wrong menu. That way I can easily go back and not go back to the main menu. So we'll start with Anaheim and make our way down. So looking here, I don't see much. Nyquist, we don't need another forward like that, I'd say. Patrice Bergeron, okay. It's forward line 1. There's another one. Okay, never mind. He's got an extension. Never mind. We're not going with that. That would be nice, though. Patrice Bergeron. Looking right now, there's not much in the likes of anyone. I mean, I just saw Jake Gardner. 2 years left. No, thank you. Don't want any extra years left on any deals. I would like a 1 year deal. Bjorkstrand. I'm just trying to think here. Not seeing much. No, it's kind of bone dry right now. Dustin Brown. Zaitsev is right back on the trade block. Kyle Palmieri. 1 year left. Does he fit the third line? He fits line 1, but we could put him down on the third line. That could work. Kyle Palmieri's an option. Thomas Tatar fits forward line. Okay, no, never mind. Will Butcher. Is that a better pairing? All defensive pairings. So Will Butcher, actually, guys. Oh, wait, he's a left. Never mind. I don't like putting the lefties together. I like putting a right-handed shot with a left-handed shot. But that would not work. I was going to say put Butcher and Shabbat together. That'd be nice. Hurdle, no. O'Reilly, Parayko is your right-handed shot, eh? Parayko could work. It's going to be a lot, but if we take a look here, they're rebuilding, so they want to get rid of them. They want to get assets. So if I was going to do this, I was going to do a Parayko. Do they want him? They do not want Schultz. Just going to do a quick thing here. So we give up Schultz. I need to give up a rookie. Hoodler is a lot, actually. That's a lot. But I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go... We have a lot of left wingers. I'm going to give up McLennan next. I don't... what do we have for picks this year? A lot of seconds, so I'll give up a second. This can work, guys. And we're going to have to give up another player. Got a lot of goalies. Give up Tyler Lennox, I guess. So that could work. We just add maybe 1 or 2 more pieces. That can work because we could go and try and get Parayko. That'd be great to put with Shabbat. Nothing else by the looks of it. Making this quick because I've kept you guys too long. Yeah, so what do you say, guys? We go after a guy like Colton Parayko for that first line with Shabbat. Does work. It fits the bill. He fits all pairings. Or second line at least. We can move him up, I'm sure, and he can fit that. So that is it for me, guys. We hit the trade deadline. We got a good team rolling, 32, 24, and 7. Currently sitting second place, idling 3 points over Florida. We have looked at trade options. We see that the Blues, who are 48 points total, wanting to give up Colton Parayko. They're not going to make the playoffs. That can help us on defense. You guys let me know if we should pull that trigger for Colton Parayko. Let me know if there's any other ideas you should let me know for acquiring players, and I could take a look. But that's it for me, guys. You guys take care. Stay safe. And I will see you in episode number 6, where we do the trade deadline and make a playoff push with these Ottawa Senators. Take care, everyone.